Alright, so what's up everyone, welcome back to another video.
Excited.
Today we're gonna be testing Sophos Home Premium, but we already have a problem. So you see how there is, ignore, this is a throwaway mail, which I use to basically, to make these type of tests. I always use this type of throwaway mail. So this has no value, this is just for a test. So the thing is, dashboard, I can't open it here obviously because I don't have a browser installed for safety reasons, of course. But the thing is, even when I try to log into the dashboard, like with Sophos ID and provide actual proper credentials, it just refuses. It just says incorrect for some reason, but I don't know why. I don't mess up the password. I don't do anything like that. Sophos, your whole thing is broken. So yeah, that's one big problem already. And the other one is I have no other way to drag in the samples without like this thing is interfering. So this is going to be very bumpy and inaccurate, but I can do my best to see if the system is going to survive or not. So this is all there is to their actual dashboard for the home. System is already extremely slow because this thing is trying to remove everything, but it's not quite removing everything. We're going to run what it doesn't remove, so yeah. Just give me a sec so I can scroll this down. Alright, as you can see, the whole system is kind of slow right now. Yeah, literally because of stuff like Sophos right now killing it. So it does have good real-time protection, that's what I know for sure. It should have very decent signatures and everything. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to just run a bunch of files. We have a ton, by the way. We have 1,882, not all of them are exe. But the thing is, I am not bothered to sort when it's going to be that slow, and I'm going to get like 3 to 4 files per minute found here because of the scanner being so slow. And that's why I'm just going to go ahead and run as many as I can, preferably all of them, and see how it does 0 a day. So I might not be able to do all of them, but we're going to try a bunch of different ones. We're going to go down the list, try to find the scripts, CMD files, PowerShell files, stuff like that, and see what that does to the system. But like I said, overall this is not ideal because I cannot like manage any of the dashboard stuff. It was originally a little bit more even, but we're settled here now, which is way more than I usually do anyways. So yeah, it's a pretty impressive number. Overall, you can see you have ransomware protection, web protection, malware protection, malicious traffic detection, and we cannot do anything here because we don't have access to the online panel for Sophos, what is it, Sophos ID, and then Sophos Central, I think that's what it's called. Yeah, it doesn't let me log in at all. Even with, like I said, even with right credentials, it won't let me log in. So there's no point in trying this then. But I still decided, you know what? I was gonna give up because like, what am I supposed to do with like half a broken web panel? Well, true, I can't, but like, I can still run a bunch of them like this, so that's what I'm going to do. As you can see, web real-time protection is enabled. You can see this right here too. It's actively trying to block stuff. But what I'm going to do is trying to run a bunch of stuff 0 day. I'm not going to use a mail tester because that's going to be detected immediately because I already know what Sophos does. So yeah, that's not going to be a thing we're going to do. Now we're going to close this out. Real-time protection is obviously enabled. I'm going to put this over here. Yeah, that's better actually. Hold on. Yeah. We're going to keep it like this so we see what's happening. Sophos is running. It is active. It has the newest signatures as you can see right there. It last checked for updates like under 20 minutes ago. So that is pretty much recent. So now we're going to go ahead and start running all of these. As you can see, there's a ton of stuff. Well, is that a Hitman Pro icon? Damn. So we're going to be running a ton of these and see what they can do to the system. But there's a ton of different exes, we have scripts, we have everything here. So yeah, let's just start. What the hell? What the hell? I'm going to blur that out. What the? That's like an actual... That's a classified file. I think. Maybe. I don't know. It says restricted. Yeah. Restricted ministry... Graduation ceremony ministry. I'm going to close that off real quick before something wrong happens. Okay, so nothing really special left. We run hundreds. I don't think I could run all of them. Fortunately, there's nothing weird in memory as of right now. Sophos is killing our CPU. That was to be expected. So let me go ahead and restart and then try to remove the folder. See what happens. Okay, we're back in the system. I don't see anything weird running yet. What we're going to do is check. Actually, let's check Process Explorer first. We do the usual checks. I think we should be fine. Let's try to delete this. Yep, okay, there we go. See if there's anything left in the system after the hundreds of files we've ran. Well, that's not exactly good, but I think it's... Yeah, okay, it's dead. Great. Okay, that's good. It's dead. It's not there, as you can see. It's dead. So, Sophos UI, CMD, that's for safe boot, that's fine. Have Sophos, WinRAR, Chinese WinRAR, that could be backdoored, but we don't know. What else we have? There's nothing here, a bunch of Sophos, and then that's kind of it. So now it's time to do a second opinion scan. So let me go ahead and do that, and I'll be right back when I find out what the results of the whole scan are and if we're left with anything malicious here. So I'll be back. Alright, so we're back, and Hitman Pro found nothing, which is Sophos thing anyway. KVRT found nothing. By the way, don't bother about this. This is just because it's from last week. It shouldn't make much of a difference. So yeah, and NPE crashed, but it actually found something. I'm gonna show you where. I'm pretty sure I know the path. There was, I know that for a fact, there was a file left. We can do a scan again, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be... Okay, yeah, apparently it got deleted, so... Since it got deleted, this is a clean sheet. Wow, there was things running, as you probably saw in all runs. There was a bunch of things, actually, that did run. Like 3 or 4, but all of them were eventually blocked and could not do anything to the system. So that's a clean sheet for Sophos. Still absolutely... Sophos did great overall in protection wise, but I really still don't like the way it acts and the way I cannot have any of the protection components actually in here and accessible if I want to disable or enable them. And there's only a web interface that is buggy and not accessible at all times, which I don't really like. So I don't know if that's just a me problem, but when I made that account, it just did refuse to let me in despite the password, despite confirming everything and entering correct credentials. So that might be a problem, but overall the protection is very good, as you probably saw yourself. So thank you all for watching. Like always, share if you want to, like if you want to, and I'll see you all in the next video.